Hi everyone, in this video we will be studying about the bacteriology, important images linked to the bacteriology in the microbiology. So the first image showing is gram positive versus gram negative cell wall. So remember that gram positive is like boy's purse and gram negative is like girl's purse. Gram positive only has a outer membrane composed of the peptidoglycan, while in gram negative we have many structures. There will be periplasmic space, then peptidoglycan will be thin layered, and another things will be more like lipoproteins connecting to the outer membrane, and then we have lipopolysaccharides LPS that are on the outer membrane. Then we have porine channels. So these things are only in the gram negative. Porine channels, lipopolysaccharide. These are responsible for antigenicity and lipoproteins. Next image we have is of, now we will be studying, first we will be studying about gram positive ones and then we will be going towards the gram negative ones. So in the gram positive ones we have Streptococcus pneumoniae. Streptococcus pneumoniae is basically this variety of Streptococcus and that is gram positive. And the another things which we need to remember in this is that the biological test, biochemical test we remember in this, and that are I'll be discussing in the biochemical test how we differentiate it. These are a type of gram positive cocci, and in the cocci we differentiate on the basis of catalase. If they are catalase negative, then we have streptococcus, and if they are catalase positive, then we have staphylococcus. So these are catalase negative organisms, and in the streptococcus we differentiate on the basis of hemolysis, whether alpha hemolysis, beta hemolysis, or gamma hemolysis. Alpha is partial hemolysis, beta is complete hemolysis, and gamma is no hemolysis. Then in alpha hemolysis, we differentiate on the basis of optogen sensitivity and bile solubility. So in the optogen sensitivity and bile solubility is positive, then it is Streptococcus pneumoniae. And another thing is these are catalase negative and oxidase negative. Okay, both catalase and oxidase are negative. Remember, like this, pneumonia means no, and it is both C and O negative. Okay, optogen and bile solubility positive. And basically the pneumonia will be a diplococci. Pneumonia will be diplococci, and these are appearing purplish colored, so lancet shaped diplococci and purplish colored, so these are gram positive, and these are encapsulated, which capsule, polysaccharide capsule is present in this. Then next we have the bacteriocin sensitivity test. The optogen and bile solubility test was for the alpha hemolytic streptococci, while the bacteriocin sensitivity and PYR status is for beta hemolysis, that is complete hemolysis streptococci. And bacteriocin sensitivity test basis we have group A and group B streptococci. Group A are Streptococcus pyogenes and group A are bacteriocin sensitivity positive, while group B, that is Streptococcus agalactiae, is bacteriocin sensitivity negative, that is they are resistant. So in the pyogenes we will have zone of inhibition around the bacteria, while in the Streptococcus agalactiae, that is type B or group B Streptococcus, these are no zone of inhibition will be found. Then we come to the, then in the gram positive we had cocci. Now we will be talking about the gram positive bacteria having branching filaments. And in that we have two bacteria, namely actinomyces and nocardia. The actinomyces are anaerobic while nocardia are aerobic. And actinomyces are also weakly acid. The nocardia are weakly acid fast while actinomyces are not acid fast. So this is basically image of actinomyces. In the actinomyces, we have tangled clump of filamentous organisms recognizable as cotton ball clusters. Okay, cotton ball clusters and small perinuclear halos will be found. These are gram positive, anaerobic, and non-acid fast. Then we have image of nocardia. Nocardia is basically gram positive, both are gram positive, and this is also weakly acid fast, and it is aerobic. So this filamentous without the clumps will be nocardia. Then we have in the gram positive, we have discussed cocci, we have discussed branching filaments. Then in the gram positive, we have bacilli. And in the bacilli, we have aerobic and anaerobic. In the aerobic ones comes the listeria, bacillus, that is Bacillus anthracis, and Corynebacterium. And in the anaerobic, we have Clostridia. Clostridia is anaerobic. So in the aerobic bacilli, in the Bacillus anthracis, what type we have? We'll be discussing in this image gram positive bacilli. This is catalase positive and spore forming rod that produces anthrax toxin. Anthrax toxin, these have polypeptide. In the pneumococcus we have polysaccharide. Here we have polypeptide capsule, poly D-glutamic acid. And two types of anthrax is there, cutaneous and pulmonary anthrax. Cutaneous is known as Hyde-Potter's disease. Pulmonary is known as Wool's-Otters disease. In the cutaneous, we will basically have malignant pustule, that is black scar will be there. And black scar, we remember that black plate medium is used for it. Then pulmonary anthrax, we have Wool's-Otters disease, and it can cause hemorrhagic lymphadenitis, hemorrhagic mediastinitis, and hemorrhagic meningitis will be caused by both cutaneous and pulmonary anthrax. Then their classical appearances on microscopy: medusae head appearance, agar frosted glass appearance, gelatin stab culture, inverted fir tree appearance. On solid media containing penicillin, P for penicillin, P for string of pearl appearance, and cut glass appearance. McFadden's reaction and Ascoli's thermoplastin test are specific for this. Then we have bamboo stick appearance on the gram staining. So these terms, frosted glass, medusa head, inverted fir tree, sting of pearl, cut glass, McFadden, Ascoli's, and bamboo stick, these are related to the Bacillus anthracis. Then we have Corynebacterium. Corynebacterium is also aerobic bacilli. Gram positive aerobic bacilli, and Corynebacterium diphtheriae we will have metachromatic granules. And Albert's stain will be used specifically for it. Albert's stain, bluish black metachromatic granules will be there, green bacilli. And basically in the Corynebacterium we have diphtheriae, we will have three media. In the Corynebacterium diphtheria, we will have 3 to 4 culture media that are specific. That is, one we have the Loeffler's serum slope medium, then we have Tinsdale medium, then we have MacLeod's medium, and another we have the telluride, potassium telluride medium. And elongation factor 2. Elongation factor 2 is affected, that is protein synthesis is affected by it. Then next image we have is of botulism. So here we are starting with the Clostridia, that is gram positive anaerobic bacilli. In the anaerobic bacilli we have Clostridium. In the Clostridium we have Clostridium tetani, Clostridium botulism, and Clostridium perfringens. So basically in the Clostridium botulism and tetany, what is the mechanism involved? Snare proteins are involved, and snare protein inhibit the neurotransmitter release. Basic, what is involved? Synaptobravin is involved. Membrane are not able to fuse, so neurotransmitters that are not released. Like acetylcholine is not released in botulism. In the tetanus, we have glycine and GABA is not released. Inhibitory neurotransmitters are not released. Then we are done with the gram positive ones, important images. Then we are coming to gram negative ones. In the gram negative ones, we have Neisseria gonorrhoeae, meningococcus, and H. influenzae. In the Neisseria gonorrhoeae, basically we will have diplococci, and facultative intracellular diplococci will be there. And gram negative, as they are shown pink, and it causes the gonorrhea, and that is STDs. Then next we have the meningococcus. Basically both the Neisseria gonorrhoeae and the meningococcus are catalase positive and oxidase positive. Meningococcus, we will have classical meningococcemia. Meningococcemia, that is petechia and purpurae in the leg region. And it can cause Waterhouse-Friderichsen syndrome, that is acute adrenal insufficiency due to hemorrhage. And in the gonorrhea, we have only glucose fermentation positive, while here in the meningococcus, M for meningococcus, also the maltose fermentation along with the glucose will be there. Then we have H. influenzae. H. influenzae is also catalase and oxidase positive, and H. influenzae is pleomorphic, gram negative bacilli, cocobacilli. H. influenzae causes the classical pneumonia, meningitis, these type of infections. Then we have the mycobacteria. Mycobacteria, we know, classic acid fast appearance are in the red bacilli in the blue background. And these are the biochemical tests. We will be remembering important biochemical tests. Like this is the indole test. Indole positive will be red colored, indole negative will be yellow colored. Indole positive is found in E. coli. Then we have urease test. Urease positive will be pink colored. And how we will remember urease positive organisms? Punch. P for Proteus, U for ureaplasma, N for nocardia, C for cryptococcus, and H. pylori. Proteus, ureaplasma, nocardia, cryptococcus, and H. pylori. Then we have catalase test. Catalase test, for the catalase positive, bubbles will be formed. And how we remember this? My cute little Sneha. From my mycobacteria, cute candida, little listeria, then Sneha. S for staphylococcus, N for nocardia, E for enterobacteriaceae, H for H. pylori, and aspergillus. Mycobacteria, candida, listeria, staphylococcus, nocardia, enterobacteriaceae, then H. pylori and aspergillus. Then we have oxidase test. Oxidase test negative will appear as this, and oxidase test positive will appear like this. Then we have citrate test. Citrate test positive will appear green on bluish appearance. Then we have obligate aerobes and obligate anaerobes. Obligate aerobes, we remember that nagging pets must breathe. And for nocardia, pseudomonas, mycobacteria, and bacillus. Nocardia, filamentous bacteria, pseudomonas, mycobacterium, and bacillus. These are obligate aerobes, means they require oxygen. While obligate anaerobes are Clostridium bacteroides. They lack superoxide and catalase, and they are resistant to the aminoglycosides. Can't breathe, okay? Clostridium bacteroides, actinomyces. Nocardia is aerobic and this is anaerobic. So that were all the important things about the bacteriology. I hope you will find the content useful. Thank you.